has had the effect of throttling development of new.
A federal court on Wednesday ruled that President Donald Trump overstepped his authority to impose sweeping tariffs that have raised the cost of imports for everyone, from giant businesses to everyday Americans. These tariffs were imposed using emergency powers under the International Emergency Economic Powers Act, or IEEPA. So let's break this down for you. Well, a three-judge panel at the U.S. Court of International Trade ruled that Trump did not have the legal authority to impose wide-ranging tariffs under IEEPA. The court issued a permanent injunction blocking several tariff orders. The ruling halts 30% tariffs on imports from China, 25% tariffs on goods from Mexico and Canada, 10% universal tariffs on most goods. Tariffs on autos, steel, and aluminium remain in effect. These were imposed under a different law, Section 232 of the Trade Expansion Act. The court said IEEPA doesn't authorize tariffs. There was no valid emergency. Tariffs based on retaliation or trafficking were not supported by the law. One of the lawyers said the decision shows the president cannot impose tariffs without legal basis. A statement from the Oregon Attorney General said the ruling reinforces that trade decisions cannot be made without following the law. The administration has appealed the ruling. The case may go to the Federal Circuit or even the Supreme Court. Following the ruling, Dow futures rose by over 1%, S&P 500 and Nasdaq futures also increased. The lawsuit was filed by a legal advocacy group, Liberty Justice Center, in April and represented wine cellar VOS Selections and four other small businesses that claimed they had been severely harmed by the tariffs. The panel came to a unanimous decision, publishing an opinion on the VOS suit and also one of 12 Democratic states brought against the Trump tariffs. The United States Court of International Trade is a federal court in Manhattan that handles disputes over customs and international trade laws. Companies of all sizes have been whipsawed by Trump's swift imposition on tariffs and sudden reversals as they seek to manage supply chains, production, staffing, and prices. A White House spokesperson on Wednesday said U.S. trade deficits with other countries constituted a national emergency that has decimated American communities, left our workers behind, and weakened our defense industrial base, facts that the court did not dispute. The US dollar rallied following the court's order, surging against currencies such as the euro, yen, and the Swiss franc in particular. Wall Street futures rose and equities across Asia also rose. The ruling, if it stands, blows a giant hole through Trump's strategy to use steep tariffs to wring concessions from trading partners, draw manufacturing jobs back to the US shores, and shrink a $1.2 trillion US goods trade deficit, which were among his key campaign promises.